If they need some space, that's okay. My 2.5-year-old tells me all the time, Mommy, I need some space. And that is totally fine. I talk about this a lot, but I don't do punishments or discipline. I don't.
Teachers, parents, and even those from other younger generations seem to be complaining about Gen Alpha. And who would have thought that this would be the case? Is it the parents' fault? Is it the teacher's fault? Are they just disrespectful because of social media? But who knows? Let me know in the comments below and check out the videos.
Gentle parenting doesn't work. It's letting the kids do whatever they want. Oh, really? Because I was folding clothes and my son wanted to unfold them and mess them up. What did I do? Tell him no. Yeah, did that work? No. What did I do? Whoop his ass? No, because that's not going to work either. You know what did work? I pulled him to the side. He has these little blocks. We built a tower together. You know what I did? When we got done, I knocked it over. What happened? He got mad. I said, you're feeling frustrated. That's how Mommy feels when you mess up her clothes that she folds. Didn't touch my clothes again. You don't have to whoop your kid.
Controversial ways I'm raising my children as a 20-year-old who has 3. First, I don't care if they cuss. As long as it's not directed towards anybody and they're not being disruptive, I really don't care. Second is no sleepovers. Ever. They're only allowed to have sleepovers at my parents' house. Any other sleepovers take place at our house. Otherwise, no sleepovers. Third, if my kids don't want to do something right this second, they don't have to. Say I tell my 5-year-old to make her bed and she asks me if she can make it in a little bit. Sure, as long as it gets done, I don't care really when you do it. Fourth, they get unlimited screen time. I say unlimited because most days they prefer to play with toys or go outside. When we are in the house, I don't care if they watch TV because they play with toys or outside a lot more than they do watch TV. Fifth is my kids eat when they're hungry. Yes, my kids get 3 meals a day, but if they're hungry in between, I really don't care. As long as you're not eating up my entire kitchen, we all deserve snacks. Sixth is if my kids want to go to school, they can, but they don't have to if they don't want to. They also are all going to skip pre-K. I genuinely don't think pre-K is necessary. Everything they learn at pre-K, they can learn at home. My 5-year-old wants to go to kindergarten, so we will be sending her to kindergarten.
When I have kids, I'm fully gonna live under the motto that strict parents raise sneaky kids. I swear, I think because I had such chill, supportive parents that like never told me I couldn't wear anything within reason, you know, or like didn't make comments about my makeup or whatnot. They didn't even like give me a curfew. I willingly like came home before midnight. Like I willingly never gave them issues because I never felt the need to rebel because they didn't give me all these strict rules that like made me angry. The other hand, I can't tell you how many people I saw that were my peers that had such strict bedtime rules and just really overbearing parents that would like go through their text messages on their phones, and they were the wildest kids and they would know how to lie like there's no tomorrow because they felt like they couldn't like tell their parents anything. And I never want my kids to feel that way when I am a mom.
There are 5 parenting practices that I abide by. So the first thing I do is I don't interrupt my kids. Like I have a 9-month-old, so I'm saying plural, but it's really just my 2.5-year-old I'm talking about. I don't interrupt him. Even when he's talking in gibberish, even when he is just delaying bedtime, I let him talk because it is extremely rude when people interrupt other people. And I want to show him not only that it is impolite to interrupt, but that what he has to say is important to me and that he's worth my time. The second thing I'm gonna do is I am always gonna give my kids a forewarning or an explanation or a reason or whatever it is. I set that expectation and I let them know what is to come before we go into it. So when we're on our way to the zoo, I tell my 2.5-year-old, hey, we're on our way to the zoo. When we get there, you are going to have to ride in the wagon, okay? We are going to put the straps on and you're gonna have to sit down for a little while. You're gonna sit next to your sister and you're gonna keep your hands where? And he will tell me because that is a reasonable expectation for him to know where his hands stay in his lap, but I'm always going to set him up for success. It would be completely unrealistic to have an adult get in the car, have no idea where they were going, go to a place that is overstimulating X, Y, and Z, and maintain composure without being able to communicate. The third thing, I do not ignore my kids when they are dysregulated. If they are having a tantrum or a meltdown, if they are hitting or screaming, whatever it may be, I am not ignoring them. I am telling them you are worth my time and I am here to help you. This is not something you have to do on your own. I am on their team. I am their biggest supporter, so I am never going to ignore them. If they need some space, That's okay. My 2.5-year-old tells me all the time, Mommy, I need some space. And that is totally fine because I have given him that tool and I have given him that ability to communicate that need. But I wouldn't have been able to get him there had I just ignored him from the start. And with that comes the fourth thing. I respect their space and their bodily autonomy. If my 2.5-year-old says, I don't like that, I stop. I understand, buddy. I let him tell me what he is and isn't comfortable with. Obviously, there are non-negotiables. We are going to brush your teeth. I don't care that you don't want to. Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it or do you want dad to do it? You are going to get your diaper changed. I don't care that you don't want it. If you would like to try going potty on the potty next time, you can tell us beforehand. I give him options when it comes to the non-negotiables. Teaching our kids that personal space and privacy is okay and not shameful. It's just teaching our kids that it is okay to tell people when you're in their personal space or when they're in your personal space. Like, it's not a rude thing. I respect my kids' personal space. And the last thing, I talk about this a lot, but I don't do punishments or discipline. I don't. Every freedom and responsibility and privilege that my kids have comes with an expectation, and that expectation is given to them at the same time that that freedom, responsibility, or privilege is given to them, and that'll go up through their life. So it's going to be a cause and effect, right? If there is no consequence that has been put in place, that has been laid out, then it's going to be a natural consequence. But I don't.
A one-word phrase that you can use, super simple, super fast, when your kids are being snarky, mean, nasty, have that comeback line, that little venom. One phrase that you can use that lets you stay super calm, super clear, super consistent, and you don't lose your mind. Ready? Try again. Now here's the thing with this guy. It's super simple, but you have to say it in a calm way. You can't yell. You can't freak out. The crazier they get, the calmer we have to get. We have to model calmness. It's not easy. Try again. If they say something rude, if they say something impolite, if they are using impolite words, rude words, words that you do not use in your family, try again. That's not how we talk in our family. Try again. You may not talk to me this way.
I caught my teenage daughter doing something minorly suspicious last night, so let's talk about how I handled it. So last night I walked into my daughter's room I always knock first to bring her some things that I had gotten for her. And she was sitting on her computer and quickly switched tabs. And honestly, she does that a lot. And sometimes I just clock it. I'm like, okay, I see you, girl, I see you. And most of the time I don't bring any attention to it because she's a teenager. She can have her privacy, all that. But last night I was like, why'd you so quickly switch those tabs? That felt weird, The energy felt off last night. And she was like, what? What do you mean? I'm always, and I was like, no, there was something off there. And she kind of insisted there wasn't. I was like, well, let's just bring back up what you closed out if it's no big deal, And I don't even look at her computer when I come in, which is honestly part of the reason that I was like, that was suspicious, that was a little intense. And she brings up these messages. They weren't even that bad. I was like, clocked it. Okay, that's interesting. And I just reminded her, I was like, hey, I always have the best intentions for you. So if you feel the need to hide something from me, maybe you're hiding it from yourself, and I kind of left it at that. I left her room, gave her the things, and I texted her, and I was like, because I could feel the energy was a little off. I was just like, hey, just wanted to let you know I love you. If you need help with the stuff that I gave you, let me know. But also, I just want to bring awareness again. You aren't in trouble. I'm not mad. Sorry if it felt like I even invaded your privacy. I did apologize for that. But I was like, but it felt weird. And one of the things I'm really trying to teach her is to trust her gut. And so I was like, just like I'm teaching you to trust your gut, I'm trying to trust mine. And that felt weird to me. I don't need you to fix it. I just want to bring the awareness to it because I need to trust my gut. And so I said, if you're ever ready to talk about it, let me know.
I'm curious on what you think, because has it been that generations have become more and more disrespectful over time, or have they always been disrespectful and now we're just seeing it on social media? I know with my kids, if they were to say certain things, they know that they would likely get into some trouble to some degree, but I know that some other parents, they don't really care to actually have any sort of discipline kind of given to their kids, right? So I'm curious on your thoughts here. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.